Can I ask a question about Europe? You mentioned it several times as being inundated, as you said, by floods of people. Now, Angela Merkel has taken a unique position in the European Union. I don't know a whole lot about it, but what I understand is that she welcomed, and the experience was, what I hear is very positive because Germany needs labor and work, and they're open for cultures. Do you have any comments on Angela? Or how that works?
I was in Germany teaching last summer, and I'm going back again this summer. And it was just the beginning of the crisis when I was there. And it'll be very interesting to see how my German friends have reacted now a year later. But I think that what is happening in the European Union is one of the fundamental principles of European Union is free movement within the Union. And therefore, if migrants get across the border of the weakest, most porous country, then they're guaranteed free movement within the entire European Union. And the risk would be that because of the mass migration of Syrians and Iraqi refugees, that nations back off of free movement and they start reinstituting border checkpoints and checking passports and the like. And that is bad for the European Union from an economic and labor standpoint. They want people to be able to go anywhere within the Union to work, to start a business, etc. So I think President Merkel, in my opinion, took a very big risk by saying that she would push for continuing the free movement of people, for Germany to take a very large proportion. And the risk is twofold, that the remaining European countries will go along with Germany and not put up fences and separate. That Germany has enough influence that they will continue to keep open borders as long as they see Germany is accepting a certain number and everyone else is accepting a certain number. So as long as we all do the same thing and sink or swim together, we'll be fine, as opposed to some countries saying, no, I'm not taking any, I'm putting up my fence, which would then threaten everything. So she's taking a bit of a gamble that the other nations will follow along Germany's lead, and she's also taking a gamble within Germany that her popularity will continue. And it's tough because even though Germany is accepting a lot of these refugees, it's very difficult to match the refugees with the labor needs. It's one thing to say, yeah, Germany could use more labor, but it's another thing to match, 50,000 people with the particular jobs that they're best suited for, and are they in the right town, and do they have the right skill, and how do you match them up? And so there's going to be a lot of stress on the German economy, and that could threaten her own political future as well. So I think it's quite a gamble that she's taking.
Well, I've been for maybe 20 years now participating in workshops or seminars or conferences with scholars of Muslims in Europe and the U.S., North America. And I have very little confidence in Germany or any Northern European country. I find their scholars don't get it. They don't get the problem. They're still stuck with, we have to have like a state mosque. They have these ideas that the mosque has to be controlled by the government. And Germany is one of the least progressive in my interactions with scholars reporting on conditions. This is prior to the Syrian refugees. It's just, the last 20, 30 years. I hate to say it, but the German population, I don't see any evidence that they are going to be kind to these people. That's I'm sorry to say that. Nor in the Netherlands, nor in Belgium, nor in France, nor in Denmark, maybe Sweden. I haven't seen a bit of evidence that those countries are willing to welcome these refugees. So they have them, but I'm not optimistic.
I will share this. I was amazed at, even last summer, how there's still discrimination and stereotyping against the East Germans. Yeah. People who grew up in East Germany.
Right.
They're still treated differently. They're still passed over for a lot of jobs because they're Easterners. And yeah, how they can assimilate these Muslim communities when they won't even fully assimilate people who grew up in East Germany is...
Right, they won't assimilate the Turks that have been there for 3 generations. So